What's up, Sarsaparillas? Your girl Sassy J, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, guys. It is time for another Love Island review. But before I get into the video, I'm just going to ask you guys to give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe. Guys, it's been a very horrible weekend for me so far because the girl has been going through it. And unfortunately, guys, after 6 years, COVID has finally gotten the girl, okay? Coco has finally gotten the girl. So I was tested positive for COVID. So explains why I've been going through it. But anyways, guys, let me go straight into the video to try and keep this video as short as possible. So guys, nothing spectacular happened in tonight's episode, to be honest with you. The only interesting-ish kind of thing was the kissing game. And I didn't even find it very interesting. I normally kind of like think the kissing game could be good. Sometimes it can be a bit dramatic, but to be honest, I feel like it was almost like people was fishing for something. Do you know what I mean? To start off, Dijon, obviously, you know, Dijon didn't want to kiss most of the girls, and that caused an issue because not only was he not trying to kiss the girls properly, but it was also basically marking them down and making certain remarks or whatever. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate somewhere along in this discussion here, this little discussion between us. But I'm going to say, all right, it could be that Dijon wanted to not participate too much because he respects, what's her name, Meg, and because they're closed off. This is me playing devil's advocate, by the way. And he wanted to be respectful. And maybe he just felt like he would get in trouble for it along the line, because obviously he's always the one initiating all the kissing games and the truth or dare. So maybe he thought that it would be a thing where it could cause some drama, and he was trying to stay drama free. Now, that's me playing devil's advocate. What I truly believe is that Dijon is just playing it safe, right? He's playing it safe. And because he's now closed off with Meg, it's like he wants to prove to everyone that he's a changed man. Hence his comment when he said, like, if this was 3 weeks ago, he would have been going full guns blazing into these kisses, right? But he didn't. He was like standing there kissing 7 girls he did not want to kiss. Now, let me tell you something. I don't know who Dijon is trying to sell that, but obviously he doesn't know his correct target. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know the people that he's watching and is not believing this bullshit. And I thought that he really would have gathered some kind of intel to know that we're not buying his whole act that he's doing in that game. Do you know what I'm saying? I was really kind of thinking that he might have gauged where we are, you know what I mean? And what we think about the couple that he's in. But obviously not. You know what I'm saying? So he's still trying to sell the story like, oh, you know, now I'm a changed man. I only want Meg. I don't want to kiss any of those girls. Now, honey, it's a game. So if it's a game, are you going to play the game? Play the game. If you're not going to play the game, then buddy, like, come on. Because at the end of the day, what you're trying to say to me now, you don't want to kiss anybody else. There's girls that you don't want to kiss, right? And you only want to kiss Meg. So all them time that you was kissing girls in the villa, you wanted to kiss them and Meg wasn't a priority for you then? You know what I'm saying? Like, because all that time you kept saying that Meg is my priority, but you were still kissing other girls and you was quick to kiss them as well. So make it make sense. Do you know what I mean? So he's trying to sell it to us, but we're not buying it, guys. We're just not gonna buy that one. Obviously we see where him and Yasmin, sorry, when she tried to pull him for a chat because she was unhappy with the comment that he made, and he was like, nah, my pastor. It could have gone for the cat. He could have just said to her, you know what, not right now. Because you know what, I'm going to say this. My grandma always used to say to me, when you're eating, don't let anyone stop you from eating. Do not let anyone distract you. At the end of the day, if somebody's trying to call you away from your food, tell them when I'm finished, I'll come and talk to you. So I'm not expecting Dijon to leave his pasta and go and have that conversation with Yasmin. That's not what I'm expecting at all. To be honest, I expected him to say, Yasmin, I can't talk to you right now. I'm eating. However, I'll come and get you once I'm finished eating. He could have just given her that. He knows why she's pulling him. He knows. So when he's going to say to Meg and say to everybody else, why is Yasmin pulling me? You know why Yasmin is pulling you. Do you see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like he's acting petty in that situation. He's playing it safe for sure. And I think everyone's picking up on that, because that little act there is you know what I mean? And then obviously because he's not kissing most of the girls, he did kiss Billy Kiss and gave her like a very high mark, right? I feel like he knew it was Billy Kiss. He trying to act like he didn't know whose kiss it was what, but I feel like he knew it was Billy Kiss, to be honest with you. So because he was playing it safe like that, Meg followed suit. And she's like, you know, little pecks. At the end of the day, it's a freaking game, man. It's a freaking game. Do you know what I'm saying? When you're in Love Island, you know what comes. Play the freaking game. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to be there spending a whole 20, 30 minutes kissing. Do you know what I mean? But just play the game. Give a proper kiss and move on. That's it. That's all it needed to be. But, you know, they're just annoying, to be honest. They're really annoying. And do you know what? I feel like they might be in the vulnerable couple. The vulnerable boy and girl. I'm not going to lie. I voted. And I voted Helena as my favorite girl. Because as it stands, Helena is still my favorite girl at this moment in time. For my favorite boy, I used to love Harry, and I do like Harry. And Harry was one of my favorite boys. But unfortunately, I could not vote Harry as my favorite boy tonight. I voted for Cash. My reason for this is I am sick and tired of Harry's behavior. Like, I really like Harry. And deep down, like, I was like tossing and turning thinking, do I vote him? Because I do like Harry and I don't want him to be voted out. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's out, Helena might go. But at the end of the day, I'm sick and tired of his behavior because he is taking the piss. He's flirting very openly, saying all these things to Angel. At the end of the day, make your mind up. And I feel like all his actions now, I feel like he's going back on himself. I feel like he was showing more kind of respect and more be into Helena previously. But now it's like, what is going on? He's saying to her, well, you know where my head's at, you know what. And he's going to say, oh, with him talking and flirting before was never an issue, so why is it now? Come on. It's going to be an issue now. You guys have moved from that stage where you were at. Now, make it make sense. Why do you think it's okay for you to keep doing that? If she was doing that to you, you would have not liked it. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm literally just fed up of Harry and his behavior. And as much as I like Harry, I'm so sorry. I'm so over it. So if he needs to go at this point, he can go. And I like Harry. And I'm being honest. I do like Harry. And he's probably one of my favorite guys in there. I'm not even going to lie to you. But I cannot vote for Harry with this kind of behavior. I'm so sorry. I cannot. I literally cannot. Because he really pissed me off. And at the end of the day, if they need to leave this villa, I need to find out the error of their ways, both of them. Because I feel like at this moment, you know, Helena needs to just probably pull away and leave him alone. Because forget about the 50 grand at this point, man, because he's not doing what he needs to be doing right now. And the thing is, Helena wants to have these serious conversations, but she's laughing with these conversations. Why? Because she doesn't want to come down too hard, because she doesn't want to lose Harry. And that's really what it is. She's laughing about it because she doesn't want to come across as a person that's like, you know, bit too strong, because she doesn't want him to like go back into his shell and then she loses him. So she's like tiptoeing on how she has this conversation with him, these serious conversations, and they need to be had because he's taking the piss. Do you see what I'm saying? He's going to say that he gave her an 8 in a challenge, and that's fine. If that's your honest opinion, that's your honest opinion. And the kiss that he had with Emma was prolonged. He gave her 8.5, but it's prolonged. And Emma, I'm going to need her to back that. Come on. You're going to talk about, I feel like he missed me, so you're welcome. If him didn't miss you, in the all over you. So come on to my face. Please and thanks. You know what I'm saying? However, I feel like he knew Shakira was Shakira. And he knew Angel was Angel. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Harry low-key knew who everybody was in that challenge. But at the end of the day, he just felt like, you know what, I'm going to make my decision and I'm going to deal with it afterwards. Do you see what I'm saying? And I just can't be rolling with that. I can't at all. And that's why, for me, I'm sorry I could not vote him for my favourite boy at all, because his behaviours, inexcusable. I can't do it. I so can't do it, guys. I really can't. But anyway, so Yasmin had a few issues with Jamie, and Jamie grabbing the girl's ass, because he was literally grabbing. I think he's an ass man. I think that's what it is. I think he likes the girl. He likes the butt. I think so. But at the end of the day, my thing is, you can do the kissing. You don't have to do the grabbing. So I feel like she was in a right to feel a bit annoyed about that. But she addressed it, and he apologized, and he said he won't do it again. Do you know what I'm saying? So hopefully, you know, it was handled maturely. Both sides, you know, got to be told, and he explained, he apologized, she explained how she felt, and he accepted that he would have probably felt the same way had the shoe been on the other foot. So at the end of the day, they're able to move on from that. Let's talk about the fact now that Cash is saying, obviously, he likes Billy Kiss, but there is no sexual chemistry there with Billy Kiss. But off the jump, there was with Tony. Now, he's saying that he's not going to put Billy Kiss in a triangle situation. But I feel like this is exactly where it's heading, because he's telling Billy Kiss, like, Billy Kiss, I'm giving you my 100%. I don't think that it would be possible for him to give her 100% when he actually still likes Tony. I know he said he's forgiven her, but I could tell that he still likes Tony. You could tell, the boys can tell that he still likes Tony. Now, I feel like maybe he won't go and pull Tony just yet, but if Tony pulled him, obviously he's going to be open to it. I don't think he's going to say to Tony, well, I don't want to put Billy in a trap. Well, he might say this, but I don't think he's going to say, well, I'm not going to get to know you right now because I'm trying to focus on Billy Kiss. I don't think he's going to do that. So therefore, I feel like he will put Billy Kiss in a triangle. The fact that he said, I'm okay for where I am right now, shows it all. And Billy Kiss did pick up on that. But he was saying, listen, for, 100%, I put my 100% in. What I don't want Cash to do is to fall right into the same situation that he was with Tony. And meaning by this, I mean by him basically not telling Billy Kiss how he truly feels about the situation with Tony and about her. Do you see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Tony has a big chance right now with him. Do you know what I mean? And him saying that he's giving his 100%, yes, he might be doing it now, but I feel like he probably will need to say to her how he feels about Tony. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, there's no pressure for him to do it now because Tony hasn't really fully come and say, this is what I want, X, Y, and Z. So I guess at the moment, there's no need for him now to do it. However, when she does come and have that conversation, I'm going to need him to go and pull Billy Kiss and be upfront about it and don't do a Tony to Billy Kiss. Do you see what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to ask for, because at the end of the day, I don't think that would work well, because if he's been in that situation and he's experienced it, hopefully he will know that not to do that to somebody else. I don't think he will do that, because I see Cash as a very mature and very mature and kind of like straight to the point kind of guy. So I don't think he will do that. However, just the fact that he had a conversation with the boys and told the boys that he's not feeling any sexual chemistry, but then he told Billy Kiss that he's 100% in it right now, for me, that sent off a little bit of a red flag. Maybe not a red flag, but an orange warning at least. Do you see what I'm saying? At least an orange warning. And that's what I'm going for with that. Do you know what I'm saying? But anyways, guys, Harry basically pulled Shakira for a chat to apologize to her, right? And at the end of the day, I'm not going to go back over that conversation because I already did that in my last review. But, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with an apology if you feel like it's whatever happened offended the other person. Fair enough. What I do not like, again, Harry being Harry, another reason why I did not vote for him as favorite boy is him trying to play games with Shakira and saying stuff like, oh, don't you wish that we were still in the same couple, or do you think your experience would have been better? Because I feel like I would have had a better experience if we had still together. Now that's the kind of bullshit that I do not tolerate, and that's the kind of bullshit that I do not like, because at the end of the day, why are you going to do that? She's trying to move on now, and at the end of the day, you're with Helena. Why are you fishing? You have to, and it might not mean nothing, because let me tell you something, guys sometimes will flirt for no reason. It might not mean nothing to him, but at the end of the day, it comes to a point where you have to be the freaking adult, you have to be mature, and you have to stop flirting. You have to draw the line, set boundaries, and stop flirting. He's doing it with Shakira. He's doing it with Angel. At the end of the day, man, grow the F up, Harry. Grow the F, man the F up. Man the F up. At the end of the day, do you know what I'm saying? So it literally just pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie, completely pissed me off. He's one of the person that annoyed me the most in tonight's episode. I'm not gonna lie to you. That, and then Dijon, acting up. Do you know what I'm saying? But to be fair with you, I'm gonna be honest. As much as Dijon was annoying in this game, he probably would have been blamed if he had played the game the way the game should be played. So I feel like whatever he did, he would have been in the wrong. But then again, I feel like he would have also been in the wrong with some of the other girls. They probably would have been like, oh, he went in for the kiss, he went this, da. So I feel like whatever route he took, he would have been, he would have been criticized. Do you know what I'm saying? But I do think that the reason why he tried to held back, put his hand there, is because he's playing a game and he's trying to pretend like, you know, I'm not really interested in kissing these girls. I only want to kiss Meg. I feel like he was trying to play it safe, and he was doing all of this just because he wants to win. That's my honest opinion. But anyways, guys, if you got to this part in the video and you haven't yet thumbs up the video, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe. Guys, I am sweating. I am heart shivering. I'm just in pain. I am just not feeling my best. This COVID is really knocking me for six. But you know what? I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. So me and my lem sip, we gonna be lem sipping, okay? But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in tomorrow's review. But for now, keep it sassy, delicious.